First, I want to thank you all to taking the time to watch my presentation. My name is Diego Sanchez, and I'm a current senior at Oglethorpe University. This presentation will give you a better insight about my internship as a sales intern at AWS. AWS stands as Amazon Web Services. Um, First, I'm going to give a little overview about my presentation. So I'm going to give a background about myself, then about Amazon Web Services, the essential duties and projects that I completed with Amazon, the connection between the internship and the coursework, finally, recommendations for students consider an internship with Amazon, AWS, or any internship in general, because Amazon is very particular with the people that they have. So my background, I was born and raised in Colombia. I moved to the United States about 5 years ago. I'm a business major with a communications minor focused in marketing. Most of my experience is on the business tech environment. So I used to work for Apple. I was with them for over 3 years, but I terminated my contract with them due I started my internship with AWS. So AWS is an IT service management company that provides cloud services in the form they pay as you go. So you pretty much pay for the services that you use. Whatever you don't use anymore, you don't have to pay for it. AWS was founded in 2006 and now powers over 1 million customers around the world in 180 countries. So about the internship, this internship is pretty new. It started about 3 years ago. It started pretty small with just like 13 people. The year after 18. Last year it was just 60 people, and this year was the biggest class that they ever had, which was 140 people. The reason why the number of people increased was because of the demand with cloud services, especially with the pandemic. So with my day to day, every day was totally different. I learned every single day something different about Amazon or the cloud services. I always had to work around my schedule about meetings, networking events, and things that I had to complete for them or for my manager. So I really knew how to schedule. I just had to learn how to pretty much do it according to the day or the things going on. So with essential duties and responsibilities, I had to complete 3 projects over the course of the internship. I created a strategy map, then I had to create and present a confidential presentation, and then I had to work on a small and medium business data enrichment for AWS customers. Each of these are like essential duties that you really need to like do as a salesperson. So do you, a non-disclosure agreement. Everything I work on over the summer is highly confidential. I'm not allowed to say exactly what I work on or the things that I completed, but I'm able to tell you what I learned and the challenges that I had. As we know, this was an online internship, which I was really happy never get canceled because I was worried. So at first, because it was online, the time management and independency is a crucial thing that you need to learn in order to succeed on this type of internships, especially if it's online, because it's very easy for you to get distracted, especially if you don't have somebody that is, checking on you and doing things for you. So you always have to make sure that you have time management. So that's something that I had to learn. With the first project that I completed was the strategy map. I was able to learn how to do research about companies and understand business annual reports, such as the 10K, the proxy statement, income statements, and investor presentations to identify the corporation's strategies and then unify them with the AWS services. In that way, we know how to approach them for the services without inviting like their privacy. The next one was the confidential presentation. This one I had to learn how to do presentations online and how to keep people engaged in this virtual environment, which is actually pretty hard to do. And then, just keep the audience engaged. And I was able to explore technical concepts about the cloud and create price differences between the cloud and on premises. On the last project, which was the business data enrichment, I learned how to use the Salesforce platform and I learned how to grasp key ideas from prospects that will lead to opportunities in the AWS platform. Also, I was able to understand how AWS are actually able to benefit from the AWS depending on which company or things that they worked on. Additionally, I obtained a foundational certification on the AWS platform. I obtained my cloud practitioner certification, and currently I'm preparing for my associate certification as a solutions architect. Some of these certifications are required depending on your role at AWS, but it's extremely encouraged to have as many as you can to succeed in the cloud environment and keep up with the competitive market. So the connection between the internship and the coursework, um, I just reminds me back when I took classes with like Dr. Cower or Birchfield or in business analytics, we learn how to, study a company, how to use, their resources and like the things that they publish, like the annual statements and how to target their strategies or like their goals. Also, I learned stuff like remind me of communication class, intercultural communications, how to communicate in such a diverse company and with customers, because as we know, this company is global, and you really need to learn how to target each person in a different way, because from a different culture, you don't want to be disrespectful or anything. So the approach of AWS with COVID actually was great. I was scared at the beginning, but they had amazing networking events. They have virtual happy hours, which they were pretty fun. And I was really cool that I was able to go to their office here in Buckhead. They have an office right here next to where I live, so I was able to meet some people and do some networking as well. So what is next for me? I'm happy to announce that I will be continue working for them after I graduate. I will be relocating to HQ2 in Arlington, Virginia. So I'm really happy to keep working on the cloud services career and just be part of an Amazonian, which is what you're called once you join the team of Amazon. The recommendations that I have is be ready to speak up, especially in a online environment. Also be ready to network and show data and back up the data. Amazon loves numbers, and they want to make sure that you have a reason for everything. If you don't have that, then it's not valid. Also, make sure that you're straight to the point. They don't like to say like, "Oh, this happened because this and that and that." No, they like you to be really straight to the point, and also be ready to write, because they don't really like presentations. They just like reading a paper at the beginning of every meeting, so you can really understand what's going on in the meeting.